Bobby marches to the beat of his different drummers. Jeffrey does his reading, but he can't do numbers. Sean is up and talking 90 miles an hour again. Can't find his book or pencil, that would be Ben. Hyperactive, dyslexic class.
I'm from Texas. I taught 30 years in the state of Louisiana, and I know what you're thinking. God, she looks so young. Okay, you weren't thinking that, but I am a teacher, and mainly I've taught middle school, and this is my passion.
So what is your problem? She said, it doesn't matter what teachers do, kids aren't motivated. Okay, now that's a lie. Everybody in here knows that kids are motivated, maybe not to do what we want them to do. But you get a kid that wants to learn a game or something on their skateboard or talking their parents into something, they are truly motivated. But I said, you know, Ms. Cosmaker, I disagree. Now, I have to tell you, a lot of these naysayers, they're the ones telling all these new teachers out there, kids aren't motivated, something's wrong with kids. I always beg people, I implore you, go to their classroom. Tell me how motivated you would be now.
She's the small, quiet one.
Good teachers don't sit down. And then I get, what? You know, I guess she just forgot what it's like to be in the classroom. You know, we've got all of these papers to grade and all of these kinds of things that we have to plan. Guys, I get it. I understand. At one time, I taught over 200 kids a day. Now, I am very student-centered, and I have a lot of energy. I take drugs. But I get it. You know, some days, just like you guys, about halfway through the day, do y'all ever feel like I've stretched about as thin as I'm going to stretch? I'm not going to stretch any thinner. And then here comes that little kid. Miss Bates, I really need to talk to you. I've got a problem. I'm like, honey, I just need a moment of adult time, okay? That's why I'm in this bathroom stall. Now, shut the door. Let me finish my sandwich. Thank you. I get it.
Oversized, minimized, criticized, round holes, square lives, not much room for compromise.
DI is a mindset. DI is a belief system on our part that says, first of all, because we're secondary, I'm going to know my subject matter inside and out so that I can approach it in a myriad of ways and give these kids a chance in more than one way. I'm also going to know my subject matter so I can know when they know, even if it's outside the lines. And I am going to figure out where these kids are, not where I want them to be, where they ought to be, where are they? And I'm going to raise the bar just beyond that. I'm going to go in after my kids.
And out of all the things I'm going to talk about today, this is, I think, the most imperative. We all have talked about Bandura, and we know that Albert Bandura gave us the concept of self-efficacy. And guys, that's what I see failing, and Russell alluded to a lot of it. We have kids now that have been targeted. We have kids that come to us with a belief of learned helplessness. And I call it the cycle of failure. I can't, so I won't, so I quit, so I fail, so I can't, so I won't. And I think it is a self-fulfilling, self-perpetuating prophecy. And it is our obligation, our moral duty as teachers to go in and help undo that. And the only way that's going to happen is for kids to believe that their effort, that their direction, their focus will make a difference in their lives. Now, I'm not talking about this cheaply held self-esteem stuff that we were doing in the 70s, because as a teacher, I would get these ridiculous exercises. For 8th graders, they'd hand me an ink pad and have all the 8th graders put their thumbprints on ink pads. And then we'd put them on white paper, and we'd hold up the paper and we would chant, I am somebody. Okay, guys, that's lame. That is so lame. What it is that works is when students are able to achieve that to which they could previously not achieve. You change their belief system about themselves. And Bandura's, and I've got more on my website and more in your handout, but what he has proven is, it is the single greatest key to give kids. It's a belief system.
Kids are starved for the adults in their lives to give them feedback. And to me, this is the bottom line to DI. Now, let me give you an example of who does this really well. The coaches. Anybody that coaches anything, raise your hand. Whoa, okay. See, y'all don't get a lot of affirmation, but I'm going to give it to you because I think y'all are some of the greatest DI people out there.
All children in reach when we find their rhythm, the step, the dance, the song.
You're up there listening to those speakers. Be nice to the children. Love the children. Let me tell you how I feel about kids. I hate them. I told the principal, if you get these kids out of my room, I might could do my job.
Marching Bobby marches to the beat of his different drummers. Bobby marches to the beat of his different drummers.